How to become a boudoir photographer. Because of where my business is, having hit multiple six figures, being booked out months in advance, and having a ton of my clients be repeats and referrals, a lot of photographers reach out to ask, how did I build this business? How can you become a professional boudoir photographer? Well, my first response is that I did it way wrong, and I want you to learn from my mistakes so that you can get there so much faster and make a ton of money and live the life you want to live. So in this video, you're going to learn 3 of my quickest, easiest tips to build this business so that you can learn from my mistakes.
It's showtime.
Hello, my name is Mike Lloyd. I am a professional photographer, and I've been doing boudoir full-time for 7 years. 7? 7 years. It's been a wild ride, and I've learned so much along the way because I've never taken a photography class. I didn't go to school for any of this. I just figured it out on my own. I read a ton of books. We had YouTube at the time, but there were no real photographers selling courses on how to do this. So taught myself. That's why I've made so many mistakes along the way, and I'm going to share my biggest tips with you to fast track your own success and share some of the lessons I learned as well. Firstly, ask yourself, why do you want to do it? Secondly, build a portfolio of the kinds of people you're actually going to shoot. And third, learn how to run a profitable business. Now, this might seem really high level, but just stick with me because I get really granular and give you a lot of good stuff in this video. This isn't like, well, just learn how to be the thing and boom, you're going to be making money. Now, I get way more into detail than that and share some of my own mistakes along the way. So firstly, ask, why do you want to do it? This is huge. You're like, yeah, it's cool. I want to be a photographer. Why does that matter? Because it's really hard, it can get really lonely, and there are so many times when you're gonna wanna just throw in the towel and go get a job somewhere because it's just not gonna seem worth it. But if you know why you wanna do it and you have an actual compelling reason, and that's not for me to decide or anybody else, that is only up to you to decide if your why is compelling enough to get you through the dark times, because I 1000% guarantee they're going to be there. They're going to come when you don't want them to be there, and it's going to be really tough to navigate them. But again, if you really have your why down, and it can change over time, that can be a thing too. It will keep you going. When I first got started, I wanted to be a super famous photographer, walking red carpets and signing autographs and magazine covers and all this stuff, thinking that's what it's going to be like to make it. Well, I've shot magazine covers. I've got a movie poster on Netflix. I've been on red carpets before, and I've had people recognize me in public and take selfies. And I will tell you, none of that is anywhere as fulfilling as I originally hoped. Yes, I love that I can make an impact in people's lives, but there's a million ways that I can make an impact in other people's lives. So when I learned that shooting boudoir is really more of like a therapy session for my clients, where I can help them feel beautiful for the first time in as long as they can remember. I don't make them look beautiful. They're already beautiful. I help them feel that. I help them see a side of themselves that they're not used to seeing and that they didn't know that they could see. And that, hands down, way more rewarding than anything else. Also, I know that my potential is only limited by what I allow myself to do. Whereas if I go get a job with somebody else, it's a consistent paycheck, it's benefits. Yes, those are good things, but there's no way that you're gonna work harder for another company and have them triple your income the following year, unless you work in sales. But again, if you're working in sales, you can do your own thing. Also, I don't really worry about benefits. I don't worry about paid time off because I can take whatever time off I want to. I provide my own benefits through my own company. It's a tax deduction. And I can make a boatload more money by working smarter and hiring people to work underneath me than I ever could busting my butt in an office job. So that is my why. I know that my potential is limitless. And I know the kind of impact that I'm making in people's lives, and it is nothing like it was when I originally started. So that's how I keep going on the dark days. Also, finding people who are also business owners like myself. It's basically a support group of other local business owners who I've met along the way. And when one of us is having a rough day or rough week or month, we'll go out for drinks or lunch or something and just vent and share stories and like keep each other going. And it's not asking your spouse or your mom or your best friend to like give you a rah-rah, pick me up, cheerleading sesh. This is from somebody who actually gets what it feels like to be a business owner. The pressure that we have, the loneliness, the isolation. If you haven't been there, you don't know what it's like. And having other people who have been there, invaluable. So I wish I would have had that a long time ago, but I'm thankful I've got it now. All right, number 2, building a portfolio of people who are actually going to hire you. I've talked about this in other videos. I call it a strategic portfolio because there's strategy behind it. You're not just putting out model calls and photographing 20-year-old Instagram models because they're pretty. Those 20-year-olds probably aren't going to be hiring you realistically. I mean, if they are, great, but an overwhelming majority of my clients have children about that age, and they also have the money to hire me. I don't know about you, but when I was 20, I did not have the budget to hire somebody like myself right now. That doesn't mean they don't exist, but again, once somebody hits their 30s, 40s, 50s, they're going to have a lot more disposable income than somebody in that younger bracket. Not only is the budget an issue, if the 55-year-old mother of 3 who's going through a divorce and a career change sees all these photos of 20-year-olds on your website, she's going to see that and go, nope, this photographer is not for me. They've never photographed anyone like me, so I'm going to go find somebody else who does. Whereas if you put out these model call posts or whatever ways you decide to build your portfolio, and I have other videos like that here on the channel, find people who are actually going to hire you for future sessions because you're going to create repeat business out of them, a source of referrals, and they will recognize women like themselves on your website, which means that you understand women like them. That is going to go so far when it comes to qualifying yourself in front of potential clients. And if you want to shoot maternity stuff, you have to photograph pregnant women with bellies. If you want to shoot all different ethnicities, make sure you go out and find women of all different ethnicities. Do not limit yourself to one type of thing because it's easily accessible or because that's just who answered your first model call. I keep talking about model calls, but whatever you decide to do to find people. When I first got started, I just walked up to people on the street and asked if I could photograph them. Given I wasn't doing boudoir at the time, but I would just literally approach people and be like, hey, I think you have great style, great look. I'd love to photograph you. I'm a new photographer building my portfolio. Would you be up for a quick, easy photo shoot? And most of the time, they were super flattered that you asked them, and almost everyone said yes. Some said no, that's cool. Move on to the next one. Boudoir is a little bit different. You got to put it out there. I would go onto, different local Facebook groups where people are modeling, get onto Model Mayhem or other similar sites, look up local modeling agencies, people who need portfolios or test shoots, things like that. But just be honest, like, hey, I'm new to the game. I'm learning how to do all of this. I'm looking to build out a portfolio. Who would like to come in and model for me? And photograph everybody, all different ages, as long as they're legal, ethnicities, background types, doesn't matter. Photograph everybody because you're going to learn so much about lighting different skin tones, posing different body types, and just different personality types you're going to connect with. Whereas if you just seek out one kind of person, you're going to limit yourself into how you can perform in the future. So you're only going to attract one kind of client who probably can't afford you, and you won't really be able to work with anybody else. So strategic portfolio, invaluable. You're going to learn so much along the way, and it's a marketable tool. All right, number 3, learn how to run a profitable business. This might seem like a no-brainer. You're like, well, yeah, I want to know how to do that. So how do I do that? I thought that's why I was here in this video. First big thing, you are no longer a photographer who's trying to make some money. You are a business owner who happens to be a photographer. That is a huge mindset shift because we don't take pictures for money. We make money so that we can continue to take pictures. There is a difference. It will allow you to accept the fact that a business's number one rule is to make money. It doesn't make you a bad person. You're not greedy. It's not shameful. It's not selfish. It is required. You need to get paid so you can continue doing the thing. If I choose, and it's all a choice, to drop my prices because I think that'll make me more competitive in the marketplace, or I feel bad charging people money for something that they could do with their cell phone. I mean, there's a lot to unpack in those things right there. You are taking away the opportunity to continue being a photographer, to continue serving other people. That's selfish. As far as being competitive by dropping your prices, clients are looking at one of two sides of the value ratio. How much do they spend? How much do they get? Some clients want to spend as little as possible. That's the most important. Some want to get the most possible. That's the most important. And then some will lie somewhere in between. If you are advertising lowest prices in town, you're going to attract clients who want to spend as little as possible. They care less about what they get, who you are, what you actually do. They just want a good deal. Whereas clients who want a higher value product, they want a higher level service, they want more regardless of the cost, that is an entirely different kind of client. That's who I prefer to go after because they're the same amount of work. And if I can make 3 to 4 times the amount of money doing the same work, why would I not want to? And it goes down to sustainability. If I want to continue living a happy, healthy lifestyle, getting to take vacations, take time off, affording a beautiful home, and not stressing over money every day, then I'm going to charge what it takes to get that done. And if you're like, I don't like marketing, I'm not good enough, I don't know copywriting, I don't know how to do social media, I don't know how to do finances, any of this stuff, totally cool. They all have to get done, but you do not have to be the one to do them. And this is another one of those lessons I really wish I would have learned a long time ago, or we'd be filming this on my yacht right now, parked off my island right now. So editing. I held on to that forever because I thought no one could edit quite like me in my style until I found my current editor. She is amazing. She's better at it than me. I like the way the photos look more, and her editing 4 to 5 shoots a week for me allows me to take days off, and that is really valuable. I get to actually relax and have hobbies and enjoy my life because otherwise I'd be spending every single day in the business like I did for years just wearing myself down. And I didn't start this business to be miserable all the time. I would have just got a job somewhere else. If you want to live a comfortable, happy, healthy lifestyle, that takes money. And it's not selfish. You're not a bad person because of that. Accepting all those things and allowing other people to come in and do the tasks you don't want to do or that you don't feel you should be doing allows you to photograph more people, which brings in more money, and it makes it way easier to pay those contractors. I have a social media manager. I have someone handling my email marketing. I have somebody doing admin work for me. I already mentioned my editor. My hair and makeup team are also my assistants. There are a lot of people that I employ now working for me or as contractors, and I'm so much happier than I've ever been because I don't feel like I have to do all of these tasks that I don't want to do. And again, I started this business because I wanted to be happy, and allowing other people to do the things I don't want to do keeps me happy. So your first order of business, how do I generate revenue so I can outsource the things that I don't want to do? And that's going to allow you to scale so much faster and just be happier. So if you want to know more about starting a business, more about the social media, more about the email, more about pricing, sales, all of that, I've got some other great videos here on this channel, or head to boudoirguild.com and I have really, really thorough trainings on exactly how I do it in my own business. So you can start also generating multiple 6 figures of revenue, outsourcing all the things you don't want to do, and living a wonderful, happy, healthy lifestyle. You are amazing. We'll see you inside.